there you, and welcome to a Space Marine Deep Strike Force, who, thanks to a triangulation error in their teleportation system, have found themselves in the midst of a chaos-held city. Surrounded by the enemies of the Emperor, they have no chance but to fight their way out now. Will the Space Marines be able to carve a path through the local residents? Or has the entertainment brought itself to the Chaos Horde? As always, if you do enjoy this content, do leave a like and consider subscribing, as that's the best way to support the channel. Now, let's get on with the slaughter. Here we go then, ladies and gentlemen, and oh my, I'm really excited about this one. We're going to have some brutal street fighting here. We've got a bunch of Templars, we've got a few Assault Marines, we've got a couple of Dreadnoughts, and we've even got some Ultramarines thrown into the mix as well with the Bolters. The Black Templar are going to be the first on the line here, bearing the brunt from the residents of the city. The Chaos Horde Renegade Gunners charging at the Space Marines. And already we can see that these Space Marines are just going to carve a path. Look at that. The Horde is just disintegrating right against them here. Now, the Space Marines are really going to have the work cut out for them. There's so many chaos out there at the moment. About 500,000 of them, to be precise. And there's only about 1,000 Space Marines here, all from different chapters. You can see that we've got the Blood Ravens here for the Assault Marines. Then we've got the Black Templars with the chainsaws ready. They're going to be our main melee combatants here, holding the line. And then, of course, we've got the Ultramarines who've got their bolt guns ready and waiting to lay down that covering fire. We do also have a couple of Dreadnoughts ready and waiting there from the Blood Raven chapter also. And look at this, a gigantic horde here. Renegade Gunners and Khorne Marauders. Well, I've got to say, the defense is holding out really nicely so far. However, we've already lost 60 Space Marines. That's quite a lot. But brutal street fighting is ensuing now. Space Marines are actually holding this area really, really nicely. So they have managed to push up forces. My God, they're under heavy assault though, and we've only got a thin spattering of troops on this side. These guys really need to push through the alleyway quickly if they want to link up these combat lines. We've got a lot of Space Marines over here, actually. Look at all these. My God, loads of them poured into that breach. How are we doing on the far side over here? Already we're starting to turn the lake blood red. Absolutely magnificent. Look at the corpses behind them. The Space Marines here carving a path into the local residents. This has been excellent. Oh my God. I love this street fighting kind of stuff. It takes forever for the fights to go. But my God, it looks cool as heck. So many of the chaos here are just being funneled into these narrow little areas. The Space Marines are absolutely loving it because that means that their small number of forces can effectively defend. Look at this. They are pushing over the hill bit by bit. But we have lost 136 Space Marines here. We are coming up to 100,000 kills. We're about 20k shy at the moment. And the Space Marine defense is going quite well. This is weird. I don't know whether to call this a Space Marine defense or not, because technically the Chaos are defending because this is their home turf and the Space Marines have deep striked into it. Yet the Space Marines didn't mean to. It was a complete and utter mistake. And now they're being attacked by the Chaos. So technically both teams are defending here on some weird technical notes. Space Marine here, trying to take the roof access way. You're not a jump jet, dude. You can't get it. Look at him. You've got no jump jet. What are you doing up there? Get back off the roof now. Leave that to the Blood Ravens. Oh, man. These Chaos dudes are just pushing right into our Space Marines, though. Actually, looks like they might be starting to outflank them in a little bit. Sheer weight of numbers playing its part. The local residents totally up in arms here by the fact that Space Marines have dared to strike into a chaos city. I mean, it's working out quite well for the Space Marines so far. How are we doing on this side? God, you guys have carved a path through the Renegades. You're looking a bit beat up though at the moment. A lot of you are covered in blood. We need this alleyway to be secure really quickly, because once we get this secure, these guys can push out and the lines can link up. I'm a little bit worried though until that happens. But yeah, the rest of our Chaos army here, well, the rest of the Chaos army here, trying to come around and actually funnel in through these areas. Luckily, again, because we're in a city, It's sort of limiting the amount of units that the Chaos can push at any one point. Otherwise, the Space Marines would have just been overwhelmed by now. We're coming up to 300 losses for the Space Marines, but coming up to 150,000 kills for them. Oh my god, that's a lot. The defense is going really well. These Dreadnoughts are still waiting their turn to get to that front line. Again, getting a bit worried about how thin this line gets in areas. Like on this side, look at this. There's hardly any of the Black Templars over here. Luckily, we have got a bit of bolter fire coming in from the back. That's going to help out a lot. Again, another guy without his jump jet. Oh, look, the Chaos. The Chaos were actually coming up to him then, and he was killing him. But yeah, I don't know how they're getting up there without the jump jets. Oh man, I love that. Look at that. Swung Tal Brittany and come and collect the bodies. It's not exactly a pile, but we've definitely made a mosaic. Have we actually managed to link up these lines yet? We have! There we go. It literally just happened as the camera came over here. The Space Marine lines now have linked up. That's kind of good, because these guys have taken a hack of a beating over here. I don't know what a hack is. A hack of a beating. I think I was trying to say heck and hell at the same time, and it came up as hack. Which is exactly what they're doing to the Chaos. They're hacking them apart. Oh god, look at this. Even down here in this little alleyway. It literally clove the path through. Oh my god. That's fantastic. The Chaos here starting to look a little worse for wear. Again, look. Can't push the forces in. They've got these masses of troops behind them. But they're just struggling to get them to the front line thanks to the narrow alleyways. Really working to that Space Marine favour. But look, our front line of Space Marines over here is really starting to look bleak. Luckily, we've got these Dreadnoughts on the front line, and they can take a heck of a pounding. Yeah, look, 5 Dreadnoughts here, working the magic. In fact, they're the only things holding this line. All the Space Marines from their front line have now died. The Chaos finally overwhelming them. So the Dreadnoughts now going to put in that work and try to create some body pyramids, I think, here. What I really like about when these Dreadnoughts get swarmed like this is the fact that they can't move anymore. So what just happens is they just make these insane body pyramids under the feet. And it looks so Warhammer. This entire flank is looking a little bit exposed though now. Chaos wrapping its tendrils around, trying to get into these flanks here. The Black Templars still holding quite nicely. Looks like we could even break the Chaos line a little bit in places. But we are pushing forward. Luckily, we've got these nice groups of troops over here still. Even though our main centre line has actually fallen, like I said, luckily we've got these Dreadnoughts here. The flanks are still secure with Space Marines on them for now. So what we need then for the Space Marines to do is to literally capitulate this flank, push around the back and start attacking these guys. That'll free up this entire flank then, and they can start the sweeping process of going around. So I don't know if these guys are going to be able to break through here in time. There's a lot of Chaos pushing into this zone here. So it's going to take them a while to work their way through all these forces. Unless, of course, we break the center line here, where Chaos is looking a little bit meager, to be fair. They're not able to get as many forces around and onto this front line. Oh, little Timmy be praised. We are starting to make cool little blood lakes as well. Let's go back over here, though. I really want to see these Dreadnoughts. Look, yeah, as predicted, we're starting to get the insane little pyramids that the Dreadnoughts make. The corpses of the Chaos just mounding up around them. Look at this guy. He's been really going to town on his pyramid. Excellent work, Dave. And this guy. My God. More Chaos, though, pushing in. We have got 200,000 of them remaining. Kind of looks like the Space Marines are getting hold of that flank little by little now. Yeah, look, there's hardly any Chaos over here. Yeah, I do think the Space Marines are going to recapture that flank, and then we're going to be able to push round into the flanks of the Chaos. Who, like I said, they've still got a lot of forces. It's just very lucky that these narrow alleyways really don't allow them to amass the forces and really push with any true concerted effort. How are we doing over this side, chaps? Okay, yeah, looking a little bit worrisome here. the flank of the Space Marines is being overwhelmed. So these guys could be at a little bit of risk here. There's only 170,000 of the Chaos remaining. Oh my god, where did the group of Chaos over here go? The Space Marines practically evaporated them over the last 30 seconds. There was a massive group over here, and now it's all gone. Oh god, look at these guys. They're pushed right round now. That is absolutely epic, but they are under assault. Oh no, this is the group that's come forward. Oh, this is so weird. It's like everyone made no gains whatsoever, and then suddenly everyone's just pushed forward really rapidly. That's so weird. Really cool to see, but really weird. Look at this massive combat line we've got here, though. Chaos now, though, coming in for that flanking maneuver. Is this line going to hold? Are we going to have enough Space Marines? We've got 367 remaining against 144,000 Chaos. Now, I'm kind of hopeful because this combat line is doing really well back there. So, it all depends on what happens with the flank over here. Have Chaos got enough forces to push round? Are the Dreadnoughts going to capitulate? I mean, they've made some magnificent body piles over here. Again, Brittany needs to be called. Because these things are fantastic. Literally thousands of Chaos piled up in one area. Are we going to get a reconnection here between the Space Marines and the Dreadnoughts, though? I don't know, because there's only one Space Marine holding this flank by himself at the moment. Oh, sorry, two. There's two Space Marines holding this flank at the moment, and now there's one. Oh, dear. It's starting to look a little bit shaky in places for Space Marines. 628 of them have been killed so far, and this absolute blunder from Imperial tacticians. Whoever did the triangulation here on the teleportation, well, they need to be shot, quite frankly. Oh, this is magnificent, though. I love watching these Space Marines just carve a path through everything. Nothing is safe when the Adaptis Astartes are on the field, ladies and gentlemen. Nothing at all. Oh, it does look like we've lost a couple of Dreads here, though. We've lost at least one there. So we have got 4 remaining out of the 5 that we had. But they have done their job. That is certain to say. Meanwhile, in the background, the boys in blue have just been blasting that front line with the bolt of fire the entire game. So yeah, I do think we are starting to win the flank over this side. Excellent stuff. Pushing round and through that Chaos Horde. What about on this side? Did we actually win this one? It does look like the Space Marines. Yep, there we go. We did finally push through. Finally able to lend some support to the guys who were getting outflanked a little bit. Ooh, let's have a look at this little blood lake here. My God, look at all the bodies everywhere, man. Absolutely ridiculous. Fortunately, not deep enough for little Timmy just yet. But look at these bodies. Oh, that looks so cool. So, 73,000 of the Chaos Horde remaining. And you know what? I think the Space Marines might have this one. Are we coming to... Yeah, we've got 3 Dreadnoughts here. Oh, yeah, we still have 4. And the Space Marines now pushing into the flank. Having carved a path through most of the force here. A lot of the Chaos just got stuck back here, trying to filter through. A lot of them have also swarmed the Dreadnoughts, actually. But what I think we're quickly going to do is we're going to hit a little time-lapse camera here and see what happens, because we've got to wait for this, basically the Space Marines to come back around here and on the other side. Can we actually get to a position where we can see everything that's going on? Let's see. It might be hard to capture both sides, but I think what we'll do here is we'll keep it here, because we can see down there and we can see the Chaos Horde in the center. We'll be back in a moment. Well, ladies and gentlemen, as we come down to the last 2,500 Chaos, I think it's safe to say that the Space Marines definitely won this, even though everything went completely wrong for them, deep striking into the middle of a Chaos Horde, who's on their home territory, no less. But look at these magnificent body piles as well. Brittany is going to be so pleased with these little pyramids that we made from our Dreadnoughts. Unfortunately, though, we didn't get anything for little Timmy. That is a little bit sad, but we'll have to try harder next time. Maybe this one, actually. Let's have a look at this. It's next to the WoW. No, it's not quite there. Definitely rubber ducky level, but unfortunately, no rubber dinghy for little Timmy this time. We'll have to try harder in the next battle. But oh my god, that was absolutely crazy. But unfortunately, all good things must come to an end, ladies and gentlemen. And as always, I do hope you had a blast. I know I did. Please do comment, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. A massive shout out to all our channel members who help to keep the channel going. And if you're not a channel member, why the heck not? Click the join button down below. And while you're at it, go ahead and check out the amazing Chaotic Pinky store. We got some really cool merch over there. With all that being said, as always, until next time, peace.